Erica. You ever play concentration? Or some people call it memory.
My friends and I play it all the time. I'm the best at it.
The object, if you don't already know the rules, is to find two cards that match. Boom! So, my friends and I have added a rule. Anytime you make a match, you
get candy. Candy, 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 candy.
What can I do? It's a rule, and rules are part of life. Yes! You've got to talk about rules when you're talking about responsibility. Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. Of course, the rules don't say I have to eat candy every time I get a match. So, usually, I save it for later. This is what I've won so far. I mean, what can I say? I know how to pick 'em. My friends are like, you're too good at this game. Give us some candy. And I'm like, get your own. I might have a problem. No. Today's story is one that Jesus told about a man who had a little problem with sharing. Who knows what that's like? I'll see you in a bit. Bye.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Luke, chapter 12, verses 13 through 21.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Sunday morning service. I am so excited to be here with you guys. We are in a brand new month, a brand new year, and so far it's been not too bad. And we are continuing to pray that 2021 is going to be a wonderful year and that we can finally put a lot of the things from 2020 behind us and move into a wonderful year and into all that God has for us. This month we are talking about responsibility. And with responsibility, it means that we want to show how we can be trusted with what is expected of us. So we want to make sure that we are being trustworthy with the little things that we are given, so that way we can get all the big things. Woo! And last week we talked about how we begin off with responsibility. How can we show that we're responsible? The first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we love God with our everything, and then in turn we love others, and we make sure that they see God's love through us, and we're extending God's love to them. So today I have a whole new story for you guys. This one comes from the book of Luke, Luke chapter 12. And I'm going to read it out of the NIRV. So, as we like to call it here at Neverland Kids, NERV. And our story, so from the book of Luke, means we're in the Gospels. And it's one of those stories that we find that happens during Jesus's ministry. And today he was talking with a crowd. And so the story begins in Luke chapter 12, verse 13. And it says this: someone in the crowd, so Jesus is in a crowd, and someone in the crowd spoke to Jesus, saying, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family property with me." And Jesus replied, "Friend, who made me a judge or umpire between you?" Then he said to them, "Watch out. Ooh. Be on your guard against wanting to have more and more things. Life is not made up of how much a person has." Then Jesus told them a story. He said a certain rich man's land produced a very large crop. He thought to himself, "What should I do? I don't have any places to store my crops." Then he said, "This is what I will do. I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones. I will store my extra grain in them. I'll say to myself, You have plenty of grain stored away for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and have a good time." But God said to him, "You foolish man, tonight I will take your life away from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? That is how it will be for whoever stores things away for themselves, but is not rich in the sight of God." I don't know about you, but that was kind of an intense story. Jesus was like, whew, he was intense, man. But what Jesus is saying is when we are given things, when we are blessed over and abundantly, we don't want to sit here and hoard it. You know, like a dragon, most of you guys know, you guys have talked about dragons. I've talked to a lot of you guys about dragons. If you didn't know, dragons love gold and they love to hoard it away and they like to keep it for themselves. They don't want to share. Well, what Jesus is saying is we don't want to be like that. We don't want to be like a big old dragon who hides it and hides in a mountain and be like, "You can't touch my gold." We don't want to be like that. Jesus asks us that we would give away what is being given to us. And he warns us with this story to not be like the rich man. Because if we become like that rich man, we store everything up and then we don't get to give things away. We don't get to be generous with what we have. And our big point today is share what you have. Sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's a lot. And we want to make sure that whatever we are given, we want to in turn and share that with others. As people who follow Jesus, he constantly is blessing us. I know Mr. Michael and I are constantly being blessed by our Heavenly Father. And in turn, we try to give away as much as we can. We try to turn around and help those around us. Not because we have to, but because we want to. And we want to make sure that just as we have been blessed, we in turn bless others. And that's exactly what Jesus asks us to do with this story, is he wants us to share what we have with those around us. 2020 was a really, really crazy year. 2021, some people are still struggling. And Jesus has, I'm sure, blessed several of you guys. So if you can, go ahead and share what you have with others. Maybe it's making some extra cookies, or maybe you have a few extra toys that you don't play with and you can give them away. Or maybe the same thing with clothes. A lot of you guys and your parents helped out during our Christmas season and you guys did amazing. You guys were so awesome, bringing in all kinds of Christmas presents, all kinds of food for Thanksgiving, and sweats and sweatshirts for our friends in foster care. So really, really good job. That has been so helpful to so many people. And that's exactly what Jesus wants us to do all the time. As we are blessed, as he blesses us, we want to in turn be a blessing to others. So how do we continue to be responsible? Not only do we love God and we love others, but we share what we have. And as we are blessed, we in turn become a blessing to others. So find ways to be a blessing to those around you. Maybe it's helping your mom and dad. Do a little extra cleaning around the house. Or like I said, maybe getting rid of some old toys or some old clothes that you aren't using anymore or you've outgrown. Anyways, find those ways to be responsible. Find those ways to share what you have so you can be a blessing to those around you. I love you guys. I'll see you all again next week. Let's find out what those friends are up to.
Jesus told the story of a rich man. He had more than enough food for himself to eat, and he kept it all. Every last grain. Don't misunderstand me. There's nothing wrong with saving. It's good to save your allowance money for that new toy you want. It's good to save candy for later instead of eating it all at once. But saving wasn't the problem with the rich man. No. His problem was his heart. He loved himself and his stuff more than he loved other people. And that's not good, because people are always more important than stuff. You see, I can't say that I'm a follower of Jesus if I'm going to be selfish with the things I have. Those things don't match. It's our responsibility to share with others, and we all have something we can share. Maybe you have time to share, or money, or candy. You're going to have all kinds of chances in your life to share with someone who has less than you. Don't miss your chance. Here's a rule for life to remember today. Share what you have. I've got candy to share next time I see my friends. I've got clothes I don't wear anymore that I could donate. And I've got time if anyone wants to play concentration with me later. Although I warn you, I'm pretty much the best at it. See you next time. I'll save you some candy.